Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. What's going on? What's going on, Aunt? Long time. Man, I know it's possible, but didn't expect it to come down to this. Let me turn down that volume real quick. Did not see it coming down to this. Man. Whew. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What's going on, Dark? What's going on, my guy? Ooh. Man, oh, man. A little chilly up in this thing. Big things on the way. Big things on the way. A Panthers whole season. Well, no matter how. Yep. Yes, sir. What's going on, Chief? Hey, chilling like a villain. Chilling like a villain, man. Let's see. What's going on, Jess? Glad we got it. Don't care how. Keep pounding. Keep pounding is right. They have potential. They have potential to do something. What's going on, Ghost? Yeah, we got to get something. I'll probably give away something this week. Stay tuned for that. I'll make a post about it. Got to give away something. Let me see. Is the playoff picture set yet? Are we set? Let's see. We beat Niners. Are you saying we play the Niners? I'm glad we got it this year. Low key sucks it took someone else getting it for us, though. Yeah, man, what a crazy turn of events. You know, the Falcons win, Panthers get in, Saints win, Bucks get in. And honestly, going back to yesterday, and I didn't address this in the postgame, I was just tired, but the offense wasn't great. But the calls that went against the Panthers, I mean, it's been crazy this year. And I'm not somebody, you know, I've had this channel, 3 years now, give or take. I've never talked about the, you know, I've said it flat out, Panther struggle, whatever it might be, but it feels like the last few weeks, the refs, man, when it comes to the Panthers, boy, I'll tell you what. Like, I don't know what he wanted T-Mac to do right there when the DB pressed him. Like, I don't know what he wanted him to do. Like, a QB has 3 seconds to throw that thing. I don't know, man. And the amount of calls JC Horn got compared to everybody else, too, like... Now, JC Horn, with that being said, the face mask, those are stupid calls, but there's a couple other touchy ones where I'm like, But they came through. The offense is going to have to get figured out, though. The run game, I like to see Baker's face. The run game, they're going to have to figure out, too. I don't know what is going on there with the run game, but they're going to have to figure that thing out. The defense, the front seven, I think we're good there. The only thing, I'm going to pull up some film real quick. The only thing that concerns me is Shaw Smith's weight at safety. Is that going to be a consistent thing, right? Is Shaw Smith's weight at safety going to be something that Abreu does in the playoffs? Excuse me. That concerns me a little bit. But you already got Nick Scott back there. And Nick Scott is the prevent king. He's going to run 30 yards back. Pretty much allow, you know, nothing over the top. How is he going to use Shaw Smith's weight? Let me do something else real quick. Boom, 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 boom. Done with all that. Let's go. Let's go. Who we got in here? Oh, Freddie, my guy coming in. I appreciate you, my man. I appreciate you. No, I'm excited to see what this defense can do against the Niners. You know, we go back. Actually, I'm going to pull up some film again against the Niners. What week was that? What week was the Niners? 49ers, Panthers. November 24th. Was that week 12, week 13? No, Darnold. We got Bryce Young. Cheating Bucks got Carmen bad. Yeah, that was crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. But let's take a look. Actually, I might just have it downloaded in general. Let me see. So I'm trying to download every play. I wish I had Green Bay there, MS. We could totally take Green Bay. It'd be nice in theory. But I mean, they've played the Niners. And the thing was, against the Niners, that wasn't even our best game. I don't know that the Panthers, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I'm trying to do too many things at once. Let me see something real quick. Schedule. I'm trying to see who of the Carolina Panthers played their best game against. You know, we are playing the Niners, from what I was told. Miami and Dallas did. You had Rico go off. Since then, Bryce Young with the 448 game, but then after that, I don't know. The offense really hasn't done much. Let me get a screenshot so you guys can see this real quick. Which tells me, in theory, we're due for a breakout, right? You know, in theory. Let me pull this up. Let me get this. Airdrop. Up. Let's do something real quick. Boom. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, I missed a lot. Whoops. I'd rather play the Rams again. But revenge game against the Niners. Yep, I agree. And I think the Rams kind of had an off game too. I think the Rams are better than the Niners, so I like this. Now this is Bryce Young's true tester that he's a franchise quarterback. Amen. Yeah, Robert Hunt, I think that's going to be huge. I think they keep trying to play Corbett in turn positions. Some days he's, killing it. Other days, Corbett, he's struggling pretty bad. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with Brady, right? Nobody ever talks about Brady's yards. They just talk about his rings. That's it. Yeah, I mean, I saw the same thing, Freddie. I think I saw Tyler Shuck today. I think that's how you say his last name. He was 18, 19 for 30 for 200 yards. That's the way the NFL is. I've been trying to say this since the last 2 years. Tyler Shuck, this Saints quarterback that everyone's, raving about. He was 19 for 30 for 200 yards. If Bryce does that, well, he's not good. Any other quarterback, though, man, let's see. Add to stage. We should have this right here. As I look at this, let me see. Can I move my? Nope, run that back. As I look at this real quick, guys, the Panthers schedule. I mean, who have they played their best game against? After, Dallas right there, week 6. Since then, you had Bryce Young right here. You had Rico right here against Green Bay. But really, the defense has carried. The defense has carried for the most part. I'm excited to see what this team can do against the Niners this week. All right. Is it this week? I don't remember if the wild card goes first in this division, but I'm excited to see this team. I'm excited to see what Dave Canales has learned. You know, Dave Canales, I'm not going to lie, he does scare me a little bit. Like the flea flicker. When he ran that flea flicker, I was like, what are we doing, Dave? What are we doing? Then he ran the screen. I think that moment, to be honest, was too big for Dave. I won't say maybe not too big, but I think it just caught him off guard. I don't think Dave was ready. And I think that was a playoff game, essentially, right? Because you win, you're in. And Dave wasn't ready. He was probably prepared, but I think it caught him off guard. So I'm glad that he messed up as bad as he did, because I think now going into the Niners, I don't think we'll have that same problem. And I think the Niners is the same game where, Rico only had like 6 carries or something. Yeah, Rico didn't have that many carries. Let me see. Yeah, Rico had 6 carries, and I thought maybe because, they were playing a backup lineman, maybe that was why. I don't know why Dave didn't run the ball more against the Niners. I don't know why. The Bryce Young threw those 2 picks. The one he was trying to go to T-Mac in the middle, I remember that one. Only sacked once. T-Mac had 7 targets. I think Coker's developed since then. I think Bryce Young has developed since then. And T-Mac, here's what I've come to expect from him, is basically like kind of one drop a game. He might drop one drop. He might drop the football one time, but after that, he's money. XL, I don't know what to expect from XL. I don't know what to expect from him, because he's either on or off. He's on or off. Jimmy Horn Jr., they used him one time against the Niners. You got Tremble, who's looking good. Tremble's looked good lately. You got Mitchell Evans against the Niners. He had 1 target. That was it. Trevor Etienne fumbled. Oh, that was the game with the linebackers out too, because they had Chris Barnes starting. Chris Barnes was getting beat over the top. That's right. This could be interesting. The Niners game could be interesting. Because was there no Roseboom either? Yeah, no Roseboom or Trevin Wallace against the Niners originally. And the Niners still only put up 20. This game, this game could be interesting. I will say this. I would say I'm 95% sold on Bryce Young as the guy. I'm right there with you. Tomorrow we're going to go over film and kind of talk about the interception. I think that's some people on the fence, kind of swaying back and forth, but it's just due to his stance. He talked about it with Gruden in the offseason, but I think he's fine. I think it's just they're going to have to develop him. And I think Dave Canales has so much on his plate with the Jimmy Horn thing. I don't know what's going on there completely. I think he's really advocating for XL. I think Dave is really pushing for him to succeed. But I think somebody's got to work with Bryce Young individually. Right? I think somebody has to work with him, because those quick outs, those are Bryce Young's weakest throws because of the way his stance is. So hopefully in the offseason that they can slowly start to improve that, because that's his weakest thing. You can figure that out, should be good, to be honest. Let me see if I can pull up the playoff picture real quick. I just had it. Boom, 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 boom. Coach Caldwell's OC. I could see that. Both Dave and Bryce got something to prove. Let's go. Yep. I think everyone has something to prove. I'm excited to see the defense, though. I'm excited to see what this defense can do against the Niners. The Seahawks gave them a great blueprint. Seahawks were after Purdy. And I might do some film on that too. Because when Purdy got pressure, Purdy was done. Purdy was done. Seahawks, they gave him a blueprint. Let me pull this up real quick. Boom, boom, boom. Alrighty, add that to the stage. Let's see. So obviously take away the Bucks here. So it looks like, unless somebody wants to correct me in the comments, this looks to be the playoff schedule. So you got Panthers and Niners. The winner of that game plays, I think, what is it? Seahawks are going to play with the highest seed, so they'll play a 6-5-4, kind of in that order, 3, so on and so forth. So if we win, but there's an upset with one of these two, then they'll play the Seahawks. But if there's not an upset, then I think the Panthers play the Seahawks and the Bears would play the Eagles. So this could be interesting. If the Bears could upset the Packers, well, no, the Packers will then play the Seahawks, huh? This will be interesting. This will be interesting. That means there's a chance we could play the Rams again. Interesting. This will be interesting for sure. Oh, there's my little window right there. Let's see, what are we missing so far? How many games has bad play calling or bad formation screwed us? How many snaps did we waste on predictable plays the defense shut down? Definitely a lot. And I know that Dave always talks about finding the identity, right? But I think sometimes Dave doesn't even know what identity he wants to do, which makes sense to a point, right? Because every defense is going to be different. But I think Dave has to slow down. Dave has to slow down a lot. Yep, playing the Niners. We are playing the Niners. I don't think the schedule's been set. Let me see. Playoff schedule 2026. Boom, 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 boom. Just says January 10th. So it's going to be this weekend, according to this. January 10th through the 12th. Panthers and Niners. Boy, oh boy. Woo! Corbin's right. Let's go Panthers, baby. Keep pounding. All right. T-Mac is the real deal. Yeah, I watched Jalen Walker, and I was like, there's still potential there with him and the Falcons. The Falcons, they turn their front seven around, but as far as productivity, that's how you say it, T-Mac, yeah, he brought so much to this offense, and they're still learning how to use him, not only as a receiver, but as a decoy of some aspect too. They're still trying to force X out of the ball. Dave has said that time and time again, trying to figure out how to use Jimmy Horn. You got Coker kind of sitting on the back burner. This offense isn't even close to its full potential. That's the craziest part about this. Horn's getting in there time and time again. XL they're trying to force. Coker's just sitting there waiting to take off. This offense, man, if they could get the pass game really going, I think that'll open up the run game. I think it'll open it back up. You got T-Mac 1, Coker 2. Horn should be 3. And I've noticed, they're kind of taking XL out a little bit more, putting Jimmy Horn a little bit. Jimmy Horn's the perfect slot. He is the perfect slot guy. We got TVs for this. Jimmy 3. Bryson's not a bad 4 either. And XL in theory wouldn't be a bad 4, but when they took him with the first round pick, it's like, he already, to me, he kind of struggles mentally with the catches and stuff. And then you make him number 4. I would like to think he would succeed because it would be huge for the Panthers. But I gotta be honest, guys. I don't know that it would, or I don't know that he would succeed being a number 4. I think mentally, the playoffs would be fine, but coming next season, going from the number 1 receiver to number 4, man, I don't know. Let's see what else we got. Young guys might go off. Yep. We already know the defense is going to feast. All right. Yep. Agreed. Bryson Tremaine has been clutch. I wouldn't mind him in Excel spot and design plays for Jimmy. I'm right there with you, Brody. I'm right there with you. Excel, the crazy thing is, and the unfortunate thing is, he has so much potential, but he keeps making the same mistake time and time again. It's like, bruh. And Dave Canales wants it to work so bad too that Dave Canales is almost risking his job, to be honest, to get Excel, playing time. And I kind of equate it to DJ Johnson with Aviro. Aviro kept giving DJ Johnson chance after chance after chance. And DJ Johnson, the same thing. Edge, constantly blue contain every single time. And Avero kept putting him back out there. And I feel like that's what Dave is doing with Excel. He wants him to succeed so bad. But by giving him chance after chance after chance, it's probably hurting him in the long run, to be honest. But God, that dude has so much potential. So much potential. If Excel drops the ball in the playoffs, get rid of him. It's going to be tough, man. The playoffs are going to be interesting. I'm excited. I am going to do some type of giveaway for the playoffs, NFC South apparel. Stay tuned for that. I'll make a post for it. It'll be during a live this week at some point. We're going to start going live again more. So stay tuned for that. We are going to do some type of giveaway. You don't have to follow or anything like that, but just stay tuned for that. T-Mac has been amazing, no excuses. Yeah, T-Mac, I wasn't sure on at the beginning, but once they drafted him, I was like, all right, we're all in. And boy, from training camp to preseason to regular season, T-Mac has been everything you want in a receiver. He can run the routes, he can go deep, he can go short. Sometimes, all right, the drops are there, all right, but overall, as a rookie wide receiver, you couldn't ask for anything better. You couldn't, with the Panthers team too. And the crazy part is he wanted to come here and play with Bryce Young. He wanted to come here. He could have easily, if he knew he was going to the Panthers, right, he could have easily said the whole thing about, I don't really watch film. He could have doubled down on that to not get drafted here, right? Use that kind of as like a media ploy. But instead, he was like, that's high school me, that's, old me. And look where we are. T-Mac decided to come to the Panthers, who it looked like we were kind of on the up and up. And then he put us offensively on the up and up. We still got to figure out how to use them, of course. But yeah, T-Mac has been everything you want. And really, the Panthers draft class this year, let me pull that back up real quick. Dave has struggled, I think, offensively. But so I can find a picture. Blow that thing up real quick. Boom, 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 boom. And bring that over. Here, drop that thing. Y'all resigning Rico? Hey, Freddie, I've been thinking a lot about that. I don't know. It's tough right now, right? But I want to look at this real quick. The Panthers draft class for 2025. What's going on, Panther Plug? Make sure you check out Panther Plug. He's been on the come up. Lately. But the draft class, you start with T-Mac, okay? So part of me thinks they wanted Edge, but Bryce Young wanted T-Mac, so they skipped over Walker. They skipped over other boy's name in 49ers. They skipped over the tackle from Michigan. They got T-Mac, went out and got Scort and got Princely. Nick Scort, I'm telling you. Nick Scort, as you guys probably know by now, he's going to be a problem. Princely, he fell to the third round because he's raw. He still has potential too, but I knew Princely was going to be a project. He's kind of our Excel project, but you see the difference. They waited to draft Princely. They waited to get him. Excel, they reached for knowing he was going to be a project. Princely, they drafted in the 3rd round. To me, he's kind of right where he should be. He's shown me more potential. Just off the rep, if I'm just thinking off the rep, he's shown me more potential than DJ Johnson or Barno did their rookie years. Barno, another guy with crazy potential. Barno is what, 6'5", running a 4.4, 4.3. Barno had stupid potential, and then DJ Johnson was kind of new to the game, and I just feel like it never came to him. But Princely, you saw flashes of what he could be. Then you got Trevor Etienne, and Trevor Etienne on the returns, I feel like as the weeks went on and on and on, he started to kind of figure that thing out too. Lathan Ransom, boy, he is popping people. He's playing man coverage. He's playing match. Lathan has been a problem. Cam Jackson, I can't speak on too much because I haven't really focused on him. All right, so if you guys have, let me know in the comments. Can't talk about him too much, if I'm being honest. And then we got Mitchell Evans. Mitchell Evans, was he a 5th round? Was he 5th? Or was he 6th? One of them throws me off. But Mitchell Evans has been everything you want in a tight end. If I didn't know any better, I wouldn't think that Mitchell Evans is a rookie. Same thing with T-Mac. Same thing with Scorton. I would think Scorton's 2-3 years in. T-Mac kind of 3-4 years in. Mitchell Evans has been doing this thing. And then Jimmy Horn Jr. So if you look at this whole draft class right here, this is crazy. This is a crazy good draft class. And honestly, the year before wasn't bad either. I mean, they reached, right? They did reach with some of them. But I think this year they learned to just wait and let it come to them, right? They let it come to them this year. Yeah, Cam's a rookie. He was drafted in way later, obviously. So I don't expect him to be anything crazy. But I look at 2024. 2024 is interesting because they took Leggett. They took Jonathan Brooks, which is something we'll discuss in the offseason. Trevin Wallace. I'm mixed on Trevin Wallace right now. Jatavion Sanders, I'm mixed on as well. Shaw Smith-Wade. He's playing well for a 5th round. Crumdy. Then they traded Michael Baird to get the number 2 corner for the team. Sometimes plays like the number 1. So I feel like 2024, they had a vision, but they reached. And then 2025, you saw what they did there. And then as for the draft picks, I haven't even looked this year. Let me see. Not that I'm concerned with that, but let me see who we got this year for draft picks. That's right, because they traded Adam Thielen. That's crazy. Let's go back to that real quick. They traded Adam Thielen because Adam Thielen wanted to compete for the playoffs. What did the Vikings finish at? Vikings record. The Vikings finish at the Vikings aren't going to be in the playoffs. Right? So Adam Thielen left to go. Some say he left to go home. Others say he left to be with the contender. There's no Vikings here, but there is a Panthers. And when that happened, was a Coker injury before? It might have been right after that. So they trade Adam Thielen. Coker gets hurt, and we're like, oh boy. What just happened? Man. That is crazy. How the season shook out, man. Oh man. So we have our own 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, Minnesota's 5th, our own 5th, and our 6th. Okay. So we've got all of our picks. Not bad at all. Let's see. What have I missed so far? I know Excel's a Dave guy, but clearly it's not working. We know that T-Mac was Bryce's guy. Yeah, Bryce and T-Mac have a good connection. Dave needs to swallow his pride and just admit Excel. He's just got to put Excel, farther back on the depth chart. He can't keep forcing it. That's throwing off Bryce because, just think about how odd and silly this is. If I had to force this ball to Excel, that means I'm not progressing through any reads, really. Maybe he's looking off a linebacker or safety, but he has to get the ball to Excel. No matter what, he has to force the ball to Excel 3, 4, 5 times a game. That's just going to throw everything off, man. That's just going to throw everything off. Yeah, we're a huge problem. We just got to be consistent. T-Mac, oh, that's dope. That's dope, man. Congrats on that. We need to bring in I'm with you, Ronald. I'm with you when you're right. And you're right here. I just don't think Dave is going to do that. As nice and as selfless as Dave comes across, he's not giving up any play calling duties. He's just not going to give up any. Yeah, that'll be dope. What is our first? If it's based on the standings, let me see. Actually, a good question. As of right now, where we finished in the league. Let's see. Oh, they're doing all playoffs. Let me see if I go to them. So standings. Nope, don't want to click that ad. Excuse me. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We're at 15. We have the 15th pick and we're in the playoffs. Man, what? 15th pick and we're in the playoffs. If I'm not mistaken, it's either 14, 15, or 16. We're right there in the middle. 14th, 15th pick and we're in the playoffs. And we have all of our picks too. Come on, man. That's crazy. That is crazy. 15th pick, and we're in the playoffs, and we have all the picks. Woo! That's good stuff right there. That's good stuff right there. Bring Cam in on 4th and 1, and Rico and add Rico and Chuba. I like it. I like it. Adam Thiel's with the Steelers now. So are you rooting for the Ravens tonight? I don't know. Team are gonna get a ring. That would be dope. Dave is great, but his play calling scheme is trash every time we lose. Yeah, so that's the thing with the Panthers, right? Let me see, pull that up. Because we win one, we lose one. We win one, and it's not like we're losing against. We did lose against teams we should have beat, but let me see. We beat the Packers, right? We beat the Rams. I don't know. I don't know what happens to Dave sometimes. I don't understand it. Bryce Young, let's see what he can do. Playoffs, man. Playoffs. Jalen Walker wasn't the truth. No, that's what, and I just went over this. BA, I just went over this. I was a big Jalen Walker advocate. This is rookie year, right? But T-Mac, when it comes to productivity, Jalen Walker wasn't matching that. What they had? No, they didn't. The Saints had Chase Young get 10 sacks. If Jalen Walker did that, okay, but he didn't, right? And Chase Young's been in the league for a minute, and that was his career high. So, yeah, T-Mac was clearly the best pick, and T-Mac could have gone. I'm not going to say anywhere, but he could have not gone to the Panthers if he wanted. Middle of the first round pick. Yep, sir. Let's see. The bad news: we made the playoffs in the worst possible way. Imagined we won a playoff spot. We're representing a playoff spot by default. The good news: nobody expects us to win. Yeah, that's a that's an interesting way to put it, Michael. 14. Okay, so I mean that's even better than 15. That's even better than 15. Yeah, the T-Mac thing. The T-Mac thing was tough to see coming because the offense, as far as passing, you didn't really see anything. So you're like, what is T-Mac going to add, right? But he added a lot. He added a lot. Cash out. We're feeling good over here. How you doing, my guy? And then we got, even with all that, we have still a pretty solid defense and we're able to build a really mean defense. Yeah, I think we got to get some depth behind the edges. We got to get some depth behind the edges. You got to get maybe one or two more interior guys. I notice that seems to be a problem for whatever reason. Tackles, ends just kind of end up on the injury report, or they kind of, that makes sense because they're going against, the tackles and guards on the other team. But I noticed that's kind of where we lack depth at. And then obviously inside linebackers, you signed Chris Barnes, who I like. He's just potentially getting up there. Yeah, he's 27 now. So you had him and Claudin. And Claudin's not bad either, right? But, I mean, let's be real here. The other problem is you're not building anybody up behind them, right? So linebacker, safety to me will probably be that first-round pick, if not second round. Because we got to get young guys, to help build that team. Brooks is a waste of a pick. Brooks was definitely unfortunate, and it caught me off guard too because you had Chuba, you had Raheem in theory, you had a couple guys, and we had bigger fish to fry, and that's who you took. And I think that's where Dave has learned his lesson as far as drafting is not reaching, just letting the picks come to him. And you saw that with this year's draft. So I'm probably going to wrap it up right here, guys. I appreciate everybody tuning into the stream. Playoffs, man, they are on the way. We're going to go live again this week. I'm going to give out some NFC South champion stuff. Stay tuned for that. I'll make a post about it. But crazy, man. Panthers are in the playoffs. Bryce Young, Dave Canales. Man, I didn't see this. I mean, I'm not going to say I didn't see it coming because I thought the win range was from like 9 to 12 to 13. But late in the season, it scared me a little bit, but here we are. So we are playing the Niners this weekend. I don't know what time yet. Obviously, when they announce it, I'll make a post about it. But we're going to do a video Monday, which is tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. I appreciate all the support all season long, but we're not done yet, baby. All right, so take it easy, guys. Catch you on the next one. Take it easy. Panthers Devices out. Peace.